What's going on, everyone? See here. Get back over the comments.
Got Brian B.
Brian B. Well, actually, it says 0 right now. So Brian B. left.
He done left it already.
We were too slow about going live. Well, we'll get some few people in here in a minute. Maybe Jaydog.
I doubt it.
I pinned the link to the in the
Top.
comments. So anybody that wants to come up is welcome to click it. See muskrats in the house.
What's up, Roger? Whisker Seekers.
We got Randall, Whisker Seeker Outdoors,
Fence Seeker. Kelly.
Kelly, Fence Seeker. A few people in here this morning. Nobody is coming. I told them I was going to be here. Danny always running everybody off. Look here, Brian B's back. He said 2 minutes late, major infraction.
Yep.
Well,
I didn't know Danny was allowed to be on other shows.
we don't fish the Mississippi, so I don't know if he's breaking his contract or what's going on there.
All right.
So, but all the same, we just figured since nobody else was doing the little live chat show in the morning, me and Jaydog get up here and kind of ramble around for a few minutes. I don't know how long we'll stay up here. I guess till we get tired of arguing back and forth with each other.
I'm tired of it already.
Didn't take long.
What's up, Jeremy?
Oh, look here. We got the world famous Uncle Lou. What's going on, fellas? Hope your back's better, dog.
No, it's not. And Cody's making me up here while I'm in pain.
Hey, StreamYard is going to make your back feel better, not worse.
351 Cleveland said, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. 351 Cleveland's a motor, right?
Yep. Ford.
That's what I thought. 351. So what do those come in? Was that an old truck motor? Or?
They come in trucks, Torinos, all different kinds of cars.
All right. I don't know a lot about it. Did Finseeker get a new logo there?
It looks like it.
Yeah, it looked like a crappie. I might have to.
Is it crappie or crappie?
Ain't nothing crappy about it. Oh, look here, we got somebody up here with us.
Who
What's up, Kelly?
What's up?
I told you he'd come up.
What's up, Kelly?
Not much. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we hear you great.
All right, cool.
Danny, I don't know how often we'll do this. The other morning show's taking a little hiatus, I think, for the moment. So we just figured we'd get up here and ramble a little bit. So I don't know how long it'll last, you know. So, all right, where's Russ? How's it going, Russ? Russ is who fishes with Daryl from Trophy Seekers Outdoors all the time. Russ also does leather work. He made us a bag that we keep our lead in that we hang on one of the rod holders on the back of the boat.
He make your chaps for you?
Yeah, but see, he left them completely buttless, and I like them to have a little bit of that like tutu tool material covering it up, not fully.
You don't like the little strap around holding your cheeks up?
No, sir. So, well, thank you, Danny. So let's hide that comment. What are you out doing? You out delivering some chips this morning?
On my way to Tennessee.
On your way to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Ran us a whole little chat.
I'm coming your way Thursday.
What are you doing down this way?
Oh, look, Murillo's here.
Me and Jerry are doing
just like the other one, the
Can't
old
hear.
robot Kelly.
Can't hear a thing he's saying. Heck yeah. Jeremy, I know you said something about maybe going out fishing this upcoming weekend. I could probably go Friday, Jeremy Copeland, but the 3rd, I forgot, it's the boys' first football game. So their sports has got to come before my fishing habits.
Okay, I'm back now.
So what was you saying, Kelly?
I said me and Jeremy from Fin Seekers are gonna have a Twerking Thursday live show, and we are gonna do Crappy 101.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey,
So
if you want
to.
Okay, hang on. Keith Reed.
that'll give you a headache.
Yeah, well, Kelly or roboting.
All right, I put you back. Use roboting.
What that? Stupid road. I hate it.
You know, Kelly, we was just talking about you before the show.
Was you
All
really?
good things too. How's it
Yeah.
going? How's
We
it going,
talking about
Dr.
how proud we are of you because you go out and you keep trying. You don't complain when you don't catch fish, or you know.
It was horrible Saturday. Gosh, you talk about late traffic. It was horrible.
Where was you at?
Down there on the Lake Cumberland on the bank trying to fish, but it was just, I mean, there was 4-foot swales coming through constantly. You couldn't. There's no way you could fish it.
Well, does anybody else got any fishing stories from this weekend? I know Jaydog, he fished quite a bit this weekend.
Yep.
Jaydog, for anybody in chat that didn't see what all you had going on, give us a quick rundown, brother.
Let's see. Thursday, I fished in the morning with Roger. Then we fished with Greenwell. Then we fished on Chaz. Then we did pontoon Jody's. And then Saturday, me, Chad, and Hooks went against the River Princesses.
The River Princesses.
Which I'm not going to call them that no more. I'm sorry, Roger. The River Warriors. They are good at what they do, so I ain't going to make fun of them.
It was a tie, so you both got to quit calling each other names, right?
Yeah, he owes me a hug.
No, Russ. We still have the one you give us. It was hooked around the rod holder that is on the side gunnel of the boat, so it didn't get put in the water with the other rod holders. Thank you, though, brother. Appreciate it. Not sure if he sells those or not, but if anybody else is looking to get one, they're handy to have, especially when you go from dragging to anchoring a lot. Have a place just right there that's out, hold your lead. It's going to keep it all in one place while you're cutting across the lake on plane. Oh, well, Kelly's gone. Oh, he's back. Let's add him back. There he is. Roger said it was definitely tough. I stuck to playing a way too long. So I guess he's saying he stuck to doing one thing that wasn't working too long, and I'm awful about that. Just staying doing something even when it's not working the best. Good morning, Greenwell.
Mike Greenwell.
So Jaydog, y'all caught fish pretty much every trip out though, right?
Yeah, we did really good on Greenwells, and I think we caught a couple on Chad's, and we caught one on Jody's. We didn't catch nothing on muskrats though. At the beginning on Thursday, but I knew I wouldn't out here anyways. That's why I went to the licking.
Right. So the licking in Ohio are literally hundreds of feet away. It's a very short distance. but your success rate at the licking has been 10 times what it is on the Ohio lately.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What do you think is making that big a difference? I mean, it's virtually the same waters. The proximity is just, I mean, basically no difference. There's a very small difference. So it's almost like you're just getting off in a cove. Like if I was fishing my lake, it's almost like you're just getting off in a cove like I would do. What do you think's drawing those fish up in there so much more?
If I had to guess, the shad are in there thick right now. There's less current, more structure, and less pleasure boaters. I mean, that
You,
would be my guess.
you think the wakes from the pleasure boaters affect the bite that much?
Well, I know it does in front of the stadiums. I don't know if it does anywhere else on the river, but as soon as pleasure boaters come out in front of the stadiums, our fish are shut off. And that's what happened with me at Creole. I was neck to neck with him, and then the boats start coming out, and I never got another fish after that. And I heard Roger say that they would get used to that, but I just don't really think they do. Or maybe it's just that time of the day that they quit. I don't know.
You know, I've always thought of and Randall says we caught a flathead last night. I didn't know Randall was out fishing last night. Well, that's awesome, Randall. Hopefully it's a hog. But um, you know, when I think of like bite windows, I always think of like early morning, you know, sun up, sundown type situations, right before the sun comes up, right after the sun comes up, right before the sun goes down, right after the sun goes down. And you've been catching most of your fish in the middle of the day.
Like between the morning and the middle, yeah. Like Greenwells was 5 to 7:30, and we did great. Yeah. But once it got dark and we did Jody's, they shut off.
Which is odd because traditionally you would hear a lot of catfishermen say that's the best time to fish. You know,
But see, I've always rather fish nighttime, but they're not biting at night right now. Not here, at least. Because Chad went right back Saturday when we was done with Roger. He went back that night at the licking and only caught 2. And he was out a long time.
yeah, but that's Chad.
No, that Chad's a good fisherman.
I'm just giving him a hard time.
That's just the river. Because me, Sammy, and Hooks was there for Greenwell or Jody's, and they wasn't doing nothing.
Greenwell says here, boat wakes 100% affect the bite. We caught 10 fish before 10 a.m. After 10 a.m., we caught 2. Steve Hanna's here. Let's see here. I heard about you guys getting in a boating wreck. Can you tell us about that? Steve just was going across the lake and go hang around a dog leg. I was hugging the bank, making a right hand turns way you're supposed to, and had a guy coming towards me. I'm turning away from him, and he's going to go straight by me. And then the last second, he just decided to cut it as hard as he could and drove into the side of me. It was unfortunate. Actually, the game warden called me last night, asked me a few more questions, said he was finally going to do the police report. You know, this happened weeks ago. He still hadn't done the police report, so it's kind of frustrating. Insurance is really dragging their feet on getting something done about paying for the boat. The guy who hit me was a really honest guy. He admitted all fault, you know. So I mean, it's no question about whose fault it is or anything. I don't have to prove that it wasn't my fault. I mean, he openly admitted it. So, but still, insurance just dragging their feet. I actually have an MRI for my back tomorrow morning. My back's been really sore. So, but that's kind of the short and sweet of it. Thanks for coming in, Steve.
Yeah, muskrat right there. He says it may just be coincidence that they stopped biting then.
I think the bite shuts down around the same time of day, no matter what the boats are doing. It's just coincidence that the boats are coming out at the same time of day that the fishing stops. I think in deeper water, it probably doesn't affect them much to any. I think if you're fishing shallow water, you're fishing 5-6 foot of water. I think it affects them. I think it makes a real difference. Um, if you're talking about fish that are in 20+ foot of water, I don't think it probably makes that big a difference when you're fishing the bottom of the water column. But I think in shallow water, it probably makes a pretty good difference.
They're staying 3.
I don't know that it would. I mean, because I've noticed that I don't get bites on my down rods in shallow water at the same percentage as I do in deep water. And I think it's just because the boat's right there and my trolling motor's going. And I've noticed a real difference because I'll always have 2 rods, one off each side, just drop straight down. And they don't get hit in the shallow water like they do in the deep water. The planer boards are getting hit most because they're out away from my trolling motor making the racket. Nope, Kelly's going again. See what Brian B says. The sundown bite seems to be good in certain spots. When the bite shuts off, you got to go find some active fish. And that's the thing, being willing to sometimes just sticking it out's a great way of going about it. Hang out there until getting a spot you know the fish are going to be there sometime that day and stick it out. But sometimes running and gunning is going to be the better path to success. You know, it depends on the way you fish and you know how many good spots you know about. Got to get back to work. Have a great day. All right, see you, Randall. See, oh heck, we'd have missed all kinds of comments.
There's Big Mike.
I seen Stan 2 in the house. Or no, that's Stan 3. Stan fishing 3. What's going on, Stan 3? The fishing king of the James. Still don't know how we finished in the tournaments. No results have been posted yet. Oh dang. It seemed like you'd find out right after weigh-ins. The earth has shifted on its axis. 0.0 degrees catfish. Shut up with that.
Danny, come up here and tell us about that whole degree thing. We want to hear about it.
Browns Ford, Steve Hanna. Browns Ford. It was just me. I was out on the boat by myself. Yeah, Danny, go ahead. The link's pinned or to the top of the comments, or it should be. If not, 1 second. Here we go. If not, dragon baits, them baits get to jump up and down from boat wakes. Big Mike's in the house. The
Where'd
Hundo.
Murillo go? I ain't seen him chat in a while.
Murillo, he don't want to listen to me and you in the morning.
Yeah.
It is what it is. He don't want to hear our big mouths. I would, but I'm getting ready to head out on a job site. Look, any other excuse, I would have believed him, but he said he was going to be doing some actual work. I don't believe that. He could have come up with something better than that.
Whoa. Murillo.
Hallelujah, it's raining, man.
There's Solo Texan. You know you're big time, Cody, if you can get Murillo to come up on your show.
Murillo don't want nothing to do with us little peons.
Little peons.
Yep.
You do need a lawyer. You might get sued for this show.
Well, by who?
You might need him.
We're just gonna nip that conversation in the bud right now. Jaydog stirring the pot.
It's called trying to draw them out.
Stirring the pot.
I'm trying to draw them out from hiding.
Oh. All right. Anyways. So when you going back out on the water next, Jaydog?
Never if I can't walk again.
Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, Jaydog had him a pretty good water leak coming out from under his driveway and leading back to his meter. He ended up having a few of them. He had to dig it all up by hand yesterday, so he's down in the back. Well, Kelly, whenever you get good service, you're welcome to come back up, buddy. You know you're welcome on any show I'm doing at any time. So, and thank you for stopping in for as long as you did.
What Uncle Lou say, Brian?
Turn this camera off for just a second. Oh yeah, Murillo's the big time boss around there, so he can't. I'm surprised that he got us up on the computer where they might hear us. Heck, I'd be embarrassed to hear me and you bickering in the background. They might fire him over that. Well, you got two idiots up on screen for. Danny said he wish he would have been there. Water leaks are his specialty.
Yeah, I wish he was here. I wouldn't be laying in bed hurting right now. Mike's 336 went down yesterday. Now he's in the old 325. Yuck.
Well, I don't know.
I say the next time I'll be fishing is Thursday with Greenwell.
I'll probably be up there helping commentate. I think Mike asked me to. I know he did, so I'll be up there hanging out with you guys. Southern, all right. Somebody time him out.
We're not in Ohio, Murillo.
No, I'm in Southern Kentucky, and if I get called Ohioan on my own show, I'm timing him.
Ain't Murillo blue?
He might. I don't know. In StreamYard, it doesn't show me any of that.
Well, you don't know who you made blue?
I would say he probably is.
Made blue?
Let's see here. He is. Shut your face mouth. There's nothing wrong with Ohio.
Stan 3 wants to know what's the average depth of your river where you fish, Cody. He obviously don't watch you.
I don't really fish. We've got a little river that leads into the reservoir we fish. We don't fish it very often. It's a really small river. It's not 10 foot deep average, if you averaged it out, it's not very deep at all. 10, 12 foot on average, a little deeper in the channel, but mostly much shallower than that. The lake we fish, the channel parts down next to the dam can be right now when it's at full pool, 70, 80 foot, and a few little spots here and there. Most of the channel is going to be 35 foot deep or so, 40 foot. And then it's got a lot of really shallow flats that aren't there in the winter because they draw our water down 27 foot in the winter. So, what we got? We don't have to worry about running out of things to say now.
Yeah. Now, hey, I'm gonna give you what I can. I got them loading up the excavator and all the equipment stuff and everything. As soon as they walk through the door and say they're ready, I'm gonna roll out. But I gotta give my boys whatever time I got, it's yours, buddy.
There we go.
Okay. When they walk in, I'm out. I don't load all that crap. I got guys to do that.
Now, Black Betty didn't catch a shark this year, and I'm going to the ocean in October. So
I know it.
You want me to go show her some love? Just go ahead and send her to me.
After I got down there, we were 2 hours drive from where you usually go. And all the reports I got was that's where I should have been. It's down there toward Gulf Shores at Pensacola. Man, it was just flat. If you watched whenever I walked out, you saw there were no troughs. It was just flat, all that. Man, them fish don't hang in that, Cody. You know that.
Last October when we were down there, a storm had been there a couple weeks prior and flattened out a lot of the sandbars, and it was the worst fishing we'd ever had there.
It is. I mean, man, I was, I don't know what words I could use other than, I feel like I let everybody down after telling them how great we was going to do, because I've never went down there and not just killed it. But right now, I mean, as the day we left, man, the jellyfish were swarming in there. That place is eat up with jellyfish right now, all down through the Panhandle.
Yeah, I can't stand those things.
Yeah, they got purple flags up everywhere. And the day we left, man, there was like this big swarm of jellyfish come in. And the station started telling the grandkids to get out of water. We sitting there, and they just came out of nowhere, man. I mean, it's like turn on a light switch, and boom, the whole beach was covered with jellyfish.
Steve,
thank God it was last day.
Now, see, a lot of people don't. I mean, I guess if you don't surf fish much, you don't realize it. But after you hear it, it makes perfect sense. But fish of freshwater or saltwater are going to relate to some kind of structure if you're fishing for some of the smaller fish. Because they want to be able to get into something that makes them feel comfortable. They don't have to fight with that tide as much and stuff. So they want to get and hide behind stuff. And from when you're surf fishing, the only structure is those sandbars.
That's it.
If they're not there, those fish move on down the road.
Those fish leave. They'll travel. Man, they'll travel indefinitely to find structure.
Yeah.
Either they'll move out to deeper water or to the reefs.
And even then, you have no clue where to cast. I'm sure you do the same thing I do. You go out there, you look for where those waves are breaking. You figure out if you can find what's best is if you can figure out a place where they're breaking on the left and the right, and then there's that little trough right there.
You get that rip going back out.
Right. But if you have no sandbars, you're pretty much just lobbing a bait out there and hoping something swims by it.
Yeah, maybe something will come by getting out of there, because they're leaving. And maybe they'll pick up your bait on the way out,
Right. So and us, you as a seasoned fisherman, you don't want to just lob baits out in random places. You want something in your mind that tells you, hey, there's a good chance there's a fish there. And when there's nothing there to read, there's nothing there to see, you're out of options. You just got to lob them out there and hope.
Well, I appreciate you backing me up on that. I was trying to explain it to people, and they're like, "Oh, bull crap, you're making excuses." And I'm like, "No, for real, that's how it is."
I mean, I don't know a lot about surf fishing. I know what I've learned from the personal experience I've gotten in YouTube, and I've been, 10 times surf fishing. I go twice a year at least, and I can tell you, it doesn't take long to figure out that if those sandbars ain't there, you're just, I mean, it's still fun to do, but
we tried to go to we was going to go to the pier fish at Okaloosa and Fort Walton, but you watch that short video I did, we got there and man, I mean, the pier was packed and I said, we're going to go anyway. As soon as we stepped up onto the boardwalk going to the pier, man, the sky opened up and you already seen all the people clearing that pier. So we just went to the restaurant and started eating oysters and stuff, man. So that was the video showing the pier out there. We were actually supposed to be fishing, but man, I mean, it was pouring down rain. And then I ain't having no part of that. Lightning and those kids out there on that pier. No, Danny ain't doing that.
I've pier fished once, and we caught some good Spanish mackerel. And
I hate pier fishing, but if that's your only option, it's a good freaking option.
If you're not like me and you don't drag all your fishing stuff down to the beach with you, it's a good option because they'll rent your rod and reels right there at the pier.
I ain't using that crap.
No, and I'm not either because I take my fishing equipment.
Yeah.
But all right, for the person who goes down there with the family and wants to spend a few hours fishing and doesn't want to drag
yeah. You don't have to bring anything. You don't even have to have a license. You go on the pier. I think it averages like $8, isn't it? Something like that. You pay
$8.
$8. Now then you got to rent the rod or whatever, and that's not real expensive. Dude, they'll give you the rod, the bait, and your license is licensed through the pier. You don't have to buy a license. If you just drive down there and you want to fish, hit that pier, man. There's dude, you can get sheep's head, Spanish mackerel, the snappers. What's the little snappers? Mangrove snappers.
Yep.
And those are all good eating fish, man. I mean, I'd drag a cooler with me if I ever do that. And that's all I take is a cooler with a bag of ice and fill that sucker up with them things and go back and fillet them out. Man, that's good eating.
Catch pompano, permit, everything.
I caught one freaking pompano, Cody. It was like 7.5 inches long.
Little guy.
Yeah, they got to be 11 to the fork where I was at. And he was 7.5 inches to the fork. I'm like, crap, but I at least got one pompano.
What's up, buddy?
Jaydog, you see Greenwell's comment?
Yeah, I was just waiting for Danny.
Well, you'll be waiting a while. Go ahead.
I'm Team Greenwell all the way.
Who's the Kentucky boys he's fishing against?
I don't know.
I think I'm going to have to root for Greenwell, too. I hate to root for Indiana anything, but I like Greenwell pretty dang well.
Now, when is it the 10th? I'm guessing here. When is Greenwell doing his one show about the celebration deal? Is that on the 10th, Mike?
Let me look it up real quick.
For some reason, my brain's telling me it's on the 10th.
I think so.
But you guys absolutely don't want to miss that. Mike Greenwell show. That's going to be a great show with a great cause and a great purpose. And I'll definitely be there supporting him on it.
It's October 16th, I think.
16th. Well, the 10 was in front. Sorry.
Well, it's 10-year recovery.
10,
Yes.
6, 22.
Yeah. He's been sober for 10 years, and that's
well. Let's make sure we advertise the crap out of that because we want to be there to support Mike for that. That is a major and very impressive accomplishment. Mike,
Absolutely.
brother, proud of you. And you know what? We love you to death, man. And congratulations on that 10-year. We definitely want to support Mike on that. So everybody make sure you try to remember that.
What's going on, Anthony? Thanks for coming in. I dropped
Can we promote Uncle Lou? Remember what he told us last night?
I didn't talk to him.
I missed that. Tell me some information I need to know.
Maybe that wasn't you. That was somebody. It may have been Hooks. I don't know. Uncle Lou wants to get to 500 so he can do community tabs, and we need to get him there.
Well, let's see here.
We'll definitely work on that.
Anybody who ain't got chat or don't have him in chat, pick him up, put him on your community tab, whatever it takes. Just get him over 500.
Absolutely.
I don't know how he ain't there already, but
let's see here. That last link I dropped was go ahead and hit that reminder button on it. It is to the recovery celebration. And I'm trying to look up Uncle Lou here, and I see the Uncle Lou, but I'm trying to find him.
Well, I can tell you somebody ain't subscribed to him already.
What's it say right there?
Subscribe,
Jack Case. Go on somewhere with your bull crap. He's got 316, so we can get him there.
Yeah, we can get in there. Come on, people. I don't even know how he ended like 1,000 or more.
Well, we just had 3 people drop it, so there it is. There it is. Danny, you normally just go in the fall, don't you?
Do what?
You normally just go in the fall, right?
For what?
To the beach.
For what?
We used to go usually around around May and October. Okay. We're going to start backing off of the May thing because we're going to make sure that we make CatCon in February every year. When I go to CatCon, that eats up all my funds for going to Florida, and so I have to make a choice. It's either Florida or CatCon. Dude, there's no competition there. it's going to be CatCon every year from now on in February. So I'm giving up a Florida trip just to come and meet all you buttheads. And so that says a lot because I love Florida. But you know what? I love my brothers and sisters more. So Louisville every year from now on.
You know, I heard something funny while you were saying that.
What?
You said we aren't going to miss CatCon, like your wife actually cares anything about it.
She's actually supposed to be coming with me in February this year because she's gave me a list of people. Now, here's the thing about my wife. She's a kind-hearted person, but obviously she puts up with me. You got to be really got to have a big heart to deal with this,
Right.
She's real shy, and she loves meeting new people, but at the same time, she's kind of, standoffish. But she does have a list of people that she does want to meet. That she watches you guys too, because like I said, she's shy. You'll never see her comment and chat or anything like that. But anytime I'm on there watching you guys, she's across the room sitting in her chair with her laptop, and she's watching you too.
Well, give us the list. We want to hear it.
She well, I know there's you, Lee Evans, Cody. She's really excited about meeting Jody. Cause, good God, the list she made was like a page and a half long. 2 Stans. She wants to meet 2 Stans.
Not Stan.
Has and Brian B. They're on the list. Let me think, because it's her list. It's not my freaking list. I done met all you freaks.
And for anybody that ain't met Danny, he isn't but about 4'9". I don't even know how he got into the service. I thought they didn't accept people that
I'm
small.
5'9".
Well, back in Vietnam, they didn't care, remember?
No, they didn't care. They took you all. Yeah. Well, Kelly, you know what? You got to make it to CatCon for anybody to meet you.
That was my favorite part of CatCon was that old timer was standing there. He said, "How was Nom for you?" or something, alluding to
I know it.
Nom, and I thought he was about to choke that old man. I don't care if you're a vet or not. I'm about to put you down.
Hey, man, I tell you what, that was without a doubt the highlight of my year last year was going to CatCon and meeting everybody. Because I didn't really buy crap. I mean, I bought a one rod, a reel, and just some random stuff. But I didn't spend a lot of money as far as buying stuff. That's not what I went there for anyway. Man, it was, it was just crazy meeting people like that, and getting to come up and hug them. Jaydog, of course, he reaches around and grabs your butt and gives a good little squeeze every time he hugs you. But
hey, I sat on your lap, if you ain't mistaken.
Yeah.
He's bad about wanting to check your oil. He will not let you go low on oil.
But you know what? You ain't nobody if you ain't had your oil checked by Jaydog.
Said this number of people that want to watch and all that, those metrics don't mean anything. If you hadn't had your oil checked by Jaydog, get out of here.
Yep. You're not in the club.
Hey, I did that to Chris on Jody's Thursday night.
Y'all hold hands the whole time?
I stood next to him, put my arm around him, and turned the camera where they could see us.
Greenwell said, "Man, I didn't get a butt squeeze from Jaydog."
Well, he wasn't around me long enough.
Yeah.
Danny was in the hotel with me. He didn't have a choice.
Hey, don't tell him everything.
Well, it's all over the internet. I mean, go back
not
and watch
everything.
Live. Not everything.
I'm about to mute y'all guys. Y'all family
No, we're
show.
not telling. Don't worry. You ain't got to mute nothing.
Well, everything that mattered was on there that people needed to see. How about that?
Yeah. Everything that won't get you banned anyway.
Look here, Jaydog. Who knew that Danny saying that would have everybody come out the woodpile screaming, "Well, I want my butt squeezed."
Yeah. And hey, it's a It's embarrassing, but it's a badge of honor at the end of it.
I guess.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's an honor to have your ass grabbed by Jaydog.
All right. I don't know what to say about it.
Well, what
You've had
Roger?
your butt squeezed. Don't lie.
Yeah, Roger should feel really important. I took him to dinner first.
Dang.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get you buy me a dang corn dog from the concession stand. You took him out for a steak dinner? All right, Kelly.
That's right.
So when's the fish in the Mississippi River going to turn back on up your way?
God, I don't know. They should have already. Man, I've been going back through my log books and everything. And the only things that I can see different this year than the past 3 or 4 years, because my books only go back about 3.5 years. But the only thing different I can see is the way the water just continually keeps dropping. The river's almost at as low as I've ever seen it. And Saturday night, from about 3:30 in the afternoon till 2 o'clock in the morning, that river dropped 2 feet, that's fast. And on my record books, it showed the river was up higher the last 3 years when I was catching fish. And here's the thing: I was using crawfish for bait because I listed what bait I was using. Okay. And this time of year, they love crawfish. I mean, they tear them up. You'll catch a lot of blues on there. And I know a lot of people say, I'll use crawfish because the drum eat them. Yes, they do. But this time of year, that's their biggest food source. I have not been able to find any crawfish anywhere. I've checked all the places I normally get them. They're gone. And they just don't want skipjack. They don't want shad. They're not eating bluegill. They're not eating chicken. I've tried big, giant shiners. They're not hitting nothing. Dude, we marked fish in every spot we went Saturday. And I'm talking about good fish. And we carpet bombed. We would anchor up the boat and carpet bomb that area. Nothing. Nothing.
Don't your best friend live in Louisiana?
Do what?
Don't your best friend live in Louisiana?
I'm about to head that way. I'll tell you what. There's actually a place in Arkansas, a town called Paragould, Arkansas. And a guy got a hold of me through a text message. And they sell live crawfish in 25-pound sacks. They sell them to restaurants to cook. I don't know if they're in season now or not. But he offered for me to come. He said he'd give me a bag of those crawfish if I drive to Paragould and get them. But dude, that's like a 2.5, 3 hour drive for me. That's one-way trip.
Yeah, it's a long way for some crawdads.
And then you got to try to have a big enough cooler with enough space in there that you can dump them out, turn them loose, because in that sack they don't live long. Transporting them, you've got to have a big area to keep them in and let them kind of spread out a little bit to keep them alive. If not, they'll just tear each other up in that bag.
Yeah, they'll smother each other being piled on top of each other. Same way, like I buy crickets for my little boy's lizard, and they put that egg crate in there. And I asked them, I said, "Why do y'all put that egg crate in there?" They said, "If not, they'll all just pile into the corner."
Yeah, it's to create a void for a space for them to all spread out.
Yeah. Jaydog, here I got a phone call real quick. Jaydog, read that comment on screen.
No, I ain't reading that. He's weird. He's been hanging out with Daryl too long. Yeah, everybody don't forget Muskrat's tournament, so you think you can fish. It's Saturday at 7 a.m.
Yeah, I think the only thing he's got in that is all boat people, though, isn't it?
I don't know on that one. Roger?
I don't think there's any bank fishermen in that. Not that I know of. It's mostly boat guys. Plus, I'd have to drive 2 hours in any direction to find a spot that I ain't fished.
All right. That'll be fun to see how many people actually catch fish and how many people don't.
Yeah, I know. Hey, welcome to the real world when you turn all that stuff off.
Welcome to my world. I've got it all and I still don't use it. This is right up my alley. It's just another day of fishing for me.
Yeah. To me, I mean, being on the boat with Richard this weekend, all that stuff did was just make me mad because you're going through there and you're seeing fish all over the place and they're not biting, and I'd rather just not know.
Yeah, I mean, just because you see them don't mean they'll bite. That
I know
$1,000
it.
fish finder, that $1,000 fish finder don't make them bite.
Yeah, and you go over, you see all those fish, and they don't bite. It's like a kick in the sack, man. It's like, man, what is going on? You know,
Right.
it's crazy.
I mean, it's going to be a little different for me because I fished the same waters for over 30 years, so I kind of know where to go. But I'll just get my boat. I'll drive an hour up Ohio or up to Ohio somewhere I ain't never been and park.
Hey, there's Chris.
There's Hooksies.
Yep.
I had a lot of fun with him over the weekend.
Yeah, I met him at Cat. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with Chris at CatCon because I think, well, I don't think, I know the two people I spent the most time with at CatCon was Jaydog and Lee. I spent more time with them than I did anybody.
Right. We had fun.
Yeah, we did. I got to hang out in Murillo's room one night, and I was supposed to go back up there the last night I was there, but I didn't make it. But I had a good time. I was hanging out in Michael Murillo's room with Tom, LG Bass, and Art from One Time Fishing Club. He was there. Yeah, we had a pretty good time hanging out in there. And I went down to meet Big Skip. He was wanting to give me a sticker, and he emailed me or messaged me. And he said, I'm on the third floor, and I'll be waiting in the hallway. And I was on the wrong end of the building. I was walking up and down the hall, and I finally found him. And it was supposed to be just like a, hey, here's my sticker. See you later. And we went up standing in the hallway for 45 minutes talking, blocking the people going through. And they finally got tired and told us to get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Yeah. You guys are blocking the whole hall, man. You gotta get out of the way, man. We got people coming through with bags and luggage and stuff. All right, not my problem.
Oh, there's Curtis.
Hey,
I'm back. All right, so who all's fishing in this so you think you can fish?
You gotta ask Roger that. I don't know.
Well, I think he is asking Roger.
He's probably driving. He probably don't want to put all that in the thing.
All right. Well, Roger, you're welcome to come up and do a quick promotion for it if you want, brother. Got Hooksy in the house. How's it going?
Yeah.
What's Brian B saying here? I got Chris for 30 minutes while he helped in the
1921.
Good morning, Curtis. All right. Well, I got a phone call. That was a guy about a price inquiry online yesterday for an Excel boat. See what they're priced at. The thing is, once insurance pays out Daddy's boat, finding a boat is going to be a big headache. Yeah. They still just don't keep hardly anything in stock anywhere. And if you order one, it takes 6 months to get it, and who wants to wait 6 months?
When you get done, will you promptly come on for a shot?
Jaydog done muted himself. He must be up doing some things. Let's see. I'm supposed to be if I can get my boat going this evening. I thought you had a leak on your gas line, didn't you, Brian B? I thought you got your boat going. I thought I heard you say you got your boat going. Hopefully you get it going soon. And the So You Can Think You Can Fish, if I'm remembering right, is the no electronics tournament. Isn't that right, Jaydog?
I'm sorry, the internet guy's here. I'll be back in a second.
All right. So somebody in chat, let me know. I think the So You Can Think You Can Fish is the no electronics, like the old school way of fishing tournament. Let's see here. Got Bandit, El Gato, JTC, Bobcat, Brian B. 2 stands as the list. Well, you say JTC, but last night he was saying he wasn't in it. I don't know. Hopefully, I'd like to see him fishing in it. So hopefully he gets over to Roger and he is actually in it. And Greenwell said, yes, it's the old school way of fishing. Danny, you ought to like that. That's a pretty cool idea from Roger there. The no electronics. You go out, you got to read the bank. You got to go to new waters that you haven't already used electronics on, so you're not just remembering what the electronics showed you.
Right.
You got to fish. Just the old school way of fishing. Just read the bank and go with it.
Well, I think they were, man, I don't know. My mind plays tricks on me. I remember stuff that don't happen. But I think at one time they said something about they were allowed to use navionics for certain, like just for navigational purposes or something. I think that was said. I don't know. I don't want to put words in Roger's show.
We'll have to check back in on that, but everybody.
There was something about they were allowing navionics for navigational purposes, I think.
Well, I guess that's all right. We'll see what he says about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Silenoid went out on Brian's boat. He fixed the gas
again. Is that like the second or third time that's happened? I think.
So he's got to get it fixed before this weekend.
Either that or he never fixed it the first time.
Look here, if anybody is in Russ is from Chattanooga, Tennessee. If anybody is in that area and interested in a 14-foot stick steer John boat, you can look up Russ Milligan on Facebook, holler at him, and have you a good boat. You don't see a lot of stick steers being run around here. I think I've seen one on Barron. There's one guy that runs one. But some parts of the country, they're really popular.
Well, I've
never been in one.
I stopped in at Bass Pro in Memphis, Tennessee yesterday for a little while and went in there and was talking to them about I was looking at maybe getting a new boat. And these are brand new boats. And I shot a video of the boats that I went and talked to them about, filled out the paperwork on it. But can't post that thing because they're playing country music in the background.
Filmed it and then can't use it.
Can't use it. But
I don't know if you know how to do it, but mute the audio and do a voiceover.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
I don't.
But
either.
I looked at this one bass tracker boat, man, and I got them down to $178 a month on the payments on it, and it's got a 50 horse 4-stroke Merc on it, brand new, buddy. I mean, this thing's beautiful.
You remember what model it was?
No. I'll send you a copy of the video of the boats I looked at yesterday, man. I'm talking about they're sharp. But I'll send the video to you so you can check them out. But the cheapest one that I got them down to was $178 a month.
That's where Daddy bought his boat from 2 years ago, was Bass Pro, and it was the 170 Pro with a 50 horse Merc.
Well, I didn't go to the Pyramid, the Bass Pro Pyramid there in Memphis. They got a smaller Bass Pro downtown. And I was down in the downtown area in Memphis yesterday. I had to do some work down there. And go ahead, 21.
Brian B says, yes, you can use navionics, but no on the fish finder. All right, well, that's cool.
10-4, you guys are running to Blanche Street. Copy direct.
I got a boat I'll sell you and your dad, Cody.
What are you trying to get rid of?
My boat.
What are you wanting to get rid of your boat for?
$1 million.
Woo! That's
didn't
about
say
that Jaydog stickers all over it.
I didn't say what the price was. I said, why are you wanting to sell it?
I don't. I'm just joking around. I actually popped in here because 2 mornings in a row I tried to go in Kenneth's stream, and both times StreamYard would not let me go in, but I didn't have any problem coming into yours. It's weird.
Yeah, it's odd. So I'm just
Guys,
a
it's
guinea
been
pig.
fun. It's been fun, but the guys just hired to be on the radio. They need my help. I gotta go. Okay.
Thanks for coming up, Danny.
Hey, anytime, brother, man. No problem. Hey, start doing this every morning because I'll be there watching.
That's
All
right.
Appreciate you. See
Give
you,
it a
brother.
fair shot. Give it a fair shot. I think you're going to do well with it. I really do.
We'll see. We'll play
Yep.
it by ear.
And eventually you do it and you start doing really good. Lee's going to get jealous and he'll start coming back on.
Well, that's the game plan.
All right.
We'll see you,
You
Danny.
guys be safe. I got to go to work, okay? We'll see you soon.
Take care, buddy.
All right, bye.
So Catfish Bandit said you can use Navionics in Rogers so you could think you can fish tournament, but it has to be on the phone. Is the only thing you can use, which I like because then it keeps you honest, which I think everybody that is in that tournament's completely honest anyway. So
better have 2 phones.
We got Daryl in the house. How's it going, Daryl? And Russ said he's moving up from South Georgia near the swamp. Scroll down here and get caught back up.
Mike Greenwell, if you're still in here, call me after work, please. We'll discuss Thursday.
Uncle Lou, I made you an offer on your boat. What I could afford, you didn't want to take it. Told you $28,000. I'll come get the boat. You just want to be greedy,
Hell, I'd almost sell you mine for $28,000.
I wouldn't give $28,000 for yours.
I know, because you'd have to give $38,000.
I'm hoping it gets. I like your boat, but I'm hoping to get something with a big live well and a 20-foot boat. We'll see how it goes.
I do like those Excel boats. You said something about looking at those Excel. I like those.
The Stormcats are beautiful. The Stormcats you can't buy this year. They're done selling them for the year.
Hey, Chris can buy what he wants because he's hooks and hammocks.
Yeah, well, let him call Excel and see if they'll sell him a Stormcat. I've called everywhere.
They called him and asked if they wanted them to make him a boat. I was there Thursday when they called him.
And look, Greenwell's trying to outbid me. 28.5.
You still going on about Uncle Lou's boat?
Yeah, I tried to offer him $28,000 for it, and he won't sell it.
I think Uncle Lou's boat's bigger than mine.
It is. I think he's got a 19-foot Targa, but he's got a 70-gallon.
Well, if he's got a Targa, it's definitely bigger than mine.
Yeah, and it's dressed out the exact way I'd want it. I mean, you wouldn't have to do a thing.
So what you're saying is my boat's junk. That's what you're saying?
That's exactly what I just heard.
Oh, well, your boat is junk, just like you called my net junk.
Uh-huh. But I never did call your net junk. You
said that thing isn't going to catch a single shad.
The exact words I used was, Cody, don't waste your energy and time throwing that net. You're probably not going to catch anything. The 6-foot net had a 7-foot hole in it.
But, okay, did it catch shad?
It did catch shad. I give you that.
It caught, it only kept 10% of what it landed on, but we wouldn't have to throw it that much if it didn't have that big hole in it. We'd have got some and been done with it. But
I still don't know how you caught anything in it because the thing wouldn't even close.
They were just I guess they just got tangled. I don't know how I caught any of it either. I didn't have any faith in it working, but then I just threw it.
The first thing we got to do is back this story up. And it all started with Cody saying, I shouldn't throw it right here because I know I'm going to get it snagged. And he threw it anyway and ripped a 7-foot hole in a 6-foot net.
I think you pretty much told that story exactly how it went. Uncle Lou said he looked at a 2-year-old Stormcat, but the guy wants, that's crazy money. Excel also makes a Catfish Pro. They make it in a 21-foot and a 24-foot. I don't like the floor plan on the 21 foot as much as I do the 24 foot, but the 21 foot is the better price point. It's a 66 gallon live well, but the 21 foot's got the bench seat that goes behind the console, and you've got to step over it to get to the back platform, and you can't sit and face the rod where you're going to have your T-bars. So, but I think I looked at one of those with 115 horse Merc Pro XS on it for $38,000. But then you still got to buy a trolling motor and graphs and rod holders and T-bars and all that. Daryl said, I loved the rods yesterday, Uncle Lou. Hey, they're awesome rods.
You're forgetting 85,000 is just chump change to him.
To Uncle Lou, it's nothing. I mean, yeah, it's a drop in the well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Chris Lee, big money Chris Lee. I don't know why, he could have a yacht if he wanted. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Probably could.
Cody, ask him about his Rambo Sambo experience Thursday.
Cody, you got to fish with Sambo.
Well, tell me how it went. What was the highlight of the trip?
The whole trip was a highlight. Everything about Sambo is a highlight.
I heard a little bit about that's what I do. Boy.
Oh yeah. And I got a new. Every time I get ready to mess with live bait, instead of just cutting them, I'm gonna Sambo them.
What's that?
Well, Sambo doesn't like to take a live shad or chub or anything like that and just cut it. He feels bad for him. So instead of just cutting it while it's alive, he slams it on the bottom of the boat, knocks it out, and then he cuts it.
I've seen people do similar stuff to that, and it was because they said it brought the blood to the surface. They wanted to bruise it.
It's just because he felt bad for the fish. He ain't afraid to beat people up, but he don't want to cut live bait.
He feels bad for the bait, not the barge driver.
That's right.
Yeah, he told the barge driver he's going to make him eat his anchor if he keeps it up.
Said he was going to beat him in the face with the anchor.
Yeah. This whole time on Chad's show, my brother is just ripping into this center console guy and barge guy. I mean, he is just eating them alive. And Hooks looks at me. He says, "I dare you to unmute that."
Daryl said, Brian, they are perfect for filling a great fight. My Mad Cat's rods were just too stiff. I thought the Mad Cats are good rods. They're great rods. But you have to go all the way down to a medium or else it feels like you're holding a broom handle with the Mad Cats. The medium heavies and an Uncle Lou have a fantastic action in them still. You get a 5-7 pound fish on it, you still can feel that fish coming in. With a medium heavy and a Mad Cats, you feel like you're just dragging in. You don't get that feeling in it. So,
well, what do you use for people like Brian that only catches 2 to 4 pounders?
Well, Brian uses Uncle Lou's. I think he probably should drop down to probably some Dock Demons.
Yeah,
but to each his own.
Some Snoopy rods or something.
Hey, Brian catches a ton of fish, and he's caught bigger fish than I've caught, so I can't give him too much of a hard time.
Well, I mean, hell, Kelly has. What's the point?
That's right. Well, heck, we've been doing this for an hour, Jaydog.
Well, it was only going to be a short live, remember?
Yeah, you let me know when you want to wrap it up, brother.
This is your show, not mine.
Who's the first name y'all see on screen?
That's your fault.
Jaydog and Cody. See, I'm second.
I'm laying in bed in pain, and he makes me come up here.
Well, but look who we got to see. We got to talk to Hooks this morning because of it.
All right.
What are you in pain for, Jaydog? What'd you do?
I had to dig up my driveway yesterday from my.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because that's something you don't do.
Yeah. So from 6 o'clock on to now, I've been laying in the bed because I can't walk. It hurts bad.
Well, I hope you get feeling better.
Yeah. Muskrat said he'll be up in a minute.
All right, yeah, we'll hang out for you because I got some questions about. See, people that do the evening time talk shows, I don't always get to watch a lot of it because my wife despises fishing. She despises hearing about it. The only good thing about fishing is that I leave to go do it, and she doesn't have to put up with me whenever I'm going doing it. And so I don't, when she's home, we watch. If I put something on TV, it's most time just normal stuff. Put on a cooking show or some, I don't know, just normal TV show. And, so I don't get to watch a lot of those 7 o'clock and later talk shows. So I miss out on a lot of information that I like to hear
Let me
about.
tell you a little secret, Cody. Anytime Telly doesn't do something that I want her to do, or she won't do something that I want to do, I always say, well, my next wife will want to do that.
Yeah. And then Telly tells you, good luck finding her. Go ahead and get out of my house.
No.
Yeah.
She says, I'm so sorry. We can go do that. We'll do whatever you want.
She just doesn't enjoy fishing, and I do talk about it too much. It gets to be old for something that, like if she wants to sit and talk about shopping all the time, then I'm gonna tell her to hush up about that.
There you go.
It's
Yeah,
just,
I understand. If she's not interested in it, don't force it on her because that'll just make it worse.
And she doesn't complain about me going fishing or anything. Go fish, do whatever I want. It's just if I want to sit down and spend some time with her, I'm gonna turn something a common interest on the TV.
Oh, Catfish Bandit said, Chris, you're full of poopy.
He is. He
We all know
certainly is. Headed to the post office.
I might have been earlier today, but I'm not now.
All right. I was about to say, man, I took an awesome dump this morning, but we'll just go on to the next conversation.
Well, this family show went south.
10-pound lighter.
That's what I do.
That's what I do. Sammy is fun to fish with, and he loves fishing with Mason.
And I thought Sambo was going to be super quiet and sit back there, and no, he talked the entire time.
Well, I think I talked the whole time I was in the boat with you, so.
Yeah, but I know you're a talker. I thought Sambo was real quiet.
I noticed anytime
Sambo.
Chris would talk until Telly give him that eye. She'd cut her eyes over at him. I'd be quiet, ma'am. I'd be quiet.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that before. I fished with him a couple of times. I know who the boss is.
He zipped it up when she cut that eye over him. She, oh, okay. So that's the way it
Uncle
goes.
Lou going to the post office again.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. Thursday morning, I asked Chris. I said, Chris, come down and let's fish Jody's. No, you crazy? An hour later, I get a phone call. Hey, I asked for permission. She said I could go. When you want to meet?
That is not even close to how that conversation went.
I was on the phone.
That was exactly how that went.
I did say that.
Let's see here. What's up, Roger?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Roger?
Nothing. I pulled over for a few. I was on the phone for a while, so I was missing all the conversation when we was talking about the so you think you can fish stuff.
Yeah, I had some questions about it, and I thought, who better to ask than you yourself? So you can use Navionics, but it has to be on a device that's not a depth finder. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, so that's great. Safety, you need to know where the channel's at.
Yeah, that was the whole idea behind it. Was using avionics is going to help you, see what the channel markers are. It is a boat only thing. I heard Danny ask if it was a boat, because let's face it, the bank anglers, they don't have fish finders and they don't have all that stuff. So this is normal fishing for them. The challenge was to see what happens when, boat anglers or kayak anglers don't have their electronics there. If they have the old school knowledge to basically read the river, read the lay of the land and everything else and still find fish. So that was the whole idea behind the whole thing.
And
Well,
go
so
ahead.
I got a question about that. I mean, I get exactly what you're saying about the Navionics thing, but what about, I mean, some of these people have just, they're gifted. You know what I mean? Like they can stick their hand in the water and tell the temperature. And
You might be pulling your leg.
I know who he's talking about.
what about people like that? How are we weeding them people out? Or are we?
We're not. If they signed up
okay.
for the tournament and they've got a natural ability like Jaydog, then they're going to have the an advantage.
That's exactly kind of where I was going. Is, I mean, how do you stop somebody like Jaydog who just has all these natural abilities?
You don't.
Well, I mean, Chris, if me and you both got in a beauty contest, God gifted me with good looks, he didn't you. Would it be fair if they told me I couldn't sign up?
Well, I wouldn't get in a beauty contest.
Not against me, you wouldn't. You know better.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We've had I had a couple folks drop out that nature of the beast. When they sign up for something in advance, things happen. Hopefully, Brian B can still get in. I know he was having some boat issues, but fingers crossed that he can get in there, because I'll be honest, I've got a great group of people that are going to be competing in this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I would have loved to have been able to participate, because just for the fact of fishing someplace new,
Yeah.
I really enjoy going new places and trying to find fish and get on fish. But
Oh yeah.
You scheduled on a work weekend, so I can't do it.
Yeah.
Life don't revolve around you, Chris.
Mine does.
Yeah. The ability to be able to find the fish and see who will stand out. That's kind of why I did it, and not just a 1 day thing or a 1 weekend thing, because let's face it, not anybody, but it's possible that somebody can just go and get lucky and find some fish and, be declared, so you think you can fish champion. But to spread it out a little bit, I was going to do it all in like 3 weekends in a row, but nobody wants to spend 3 weekends in a row committed to this. Not me, not anglers. That's just too much. So I decided to spread it out over 3 months, and that really even takes your skill level up just a little bit higher, because within 30 days, things are really going to change. So just because you found fish, and you don't have to fish a new body of water each month or each day that you fish, but the conditions have changed so much that you're basically fishing a new body of water anyway. I mean,
and this time of year they're going to start changing quickly.
Right. So, it's really going to be a good test of who knows how to fish and who can hang.
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding right. I'm not in it, but I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So if I were in it, and let's say I went to the James River,
okay,
the next time I fish, I can go back to that same part of the James River?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured the level of difficulty was already good enough. Making it go to a brand new area all 3 times was asking just a little too much.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. I think
well, just having to drive to some people don't have that much water available to them that
they
haven't already fished.
That's kind of a problem I would have here. I've fished so many different places that not saying there's not places I've never fished, but I would definitely have to put some time in to find an area that I've never fished.
So if you had to find 3 different places, not just one,
you're
going to end up in Timbuktu and out $200 and something worth of gas just getting there before. Right.
Yeah, Uncle Lou asked who's all in it. So right now I've got Jaydog, Brian B, Brian Spencer for Oh, Catfish Bandit. We've got Sean from Snake River. We've got Stand 2 and Stand 3. I've got Bobcat Outdoors. And let me see, I have my list up here.
You've already named some really good anglers.
Yeah, we got Chris and Catfish Tim from El Gato. So that's who we're looking at right now.
It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And I love that you didn't say that you made sure it was new waters, because, like, say that we went out to Barron, that fish finder's not helping me that much on
Right.
that day, because not like the back of my hand. You go to Hoover, you could take the fish finder off, and
Yep.
you can tell me within a foot where the boat's set and how deep it is.
Yeah.
Where that hump is, where that ledge is. You just already know it, you know.
Yeah. Yep. And that's kind of, so there's lots of different reasons for the mindset of the tournament anyway, but one of them is safety. Being able to use your navionics or be able to read markers or read channels and things like that, to, like, if your graph just quit working one day, are you going to be able to survive out there, or are you going to struggle, you know? So we've had tournaments around here locally that have done this. They haven't done it quite to the point like I've taken. I went a little bit further and said new water, but there have been local tournaments where guys say, hey, take your fish finders off and let's see who can catch fish today, you know, in a live tournament. And you know, that those turned out pretty cool. And so I kind of just ran with that idea, put it on this platform, and decided to make it new water and make it really interesting.
You know, and the fish finders are a big asset, but also I think people put too much weight behind them, or at least people that aren't using them think that that's a fix all.
Yep.
And it's not.
Yeah. You'd be surprised
a nice
that
fish finder is not going to make you catch fish.
Sometimes it hinders you because you spend so much time looking at the graph that you don't look at the land and you don't look at the water, and you miss things. And you'd be surprised at just looking at a map before you go somewhere. It's really self-gratifying knowing that you could look at a map and say, man, I really think the fish are going to be hanging right in here somewhere. And then you go there and you get on fish and you're like, dang, heck yeah, man, I was right. It worked. You know, that gratification for me anyway, you know, it's like a chess match. I think I compare it to sometimes, trying to think of, you know, the weather pattern, the season, the conditions and everything else, and say, okay, I think the fish are going to be here doing this. And to show up and find out that you're right is very rewarding.
You know, some of the best fishing spots we've fished have come from just looking at the bank, because it was something minute that I'm not the best at reading the graph, that I would have looked over, and whether it just be, okay, this bank over here's got a little bit of a culvert kind of washed out in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that a lot of these bugs and a lot of this stuff is biomass is going to be washed out in that area, decaying, bringing in other small, you know, plankton that's bringing in other bait, and, you know, the food chain's working right there. And I wouldn't have noticed it because it was such a small difference if I was just looking at the graph. But because I noticed a little bit of a wash on the bank, I found some good fish. So, I mean, there's a lot of good information that you can't get from the graph.
Yeah, I've heard Jaydog say it several times too, you know, looking at the bank, and like the mountains have a, you know, a V in them, like a valley. And you know that valley most likely is going to continue out into the water, at least to a certain degree. And be able to read the bank and read the contours of the land and things like that will help. It won't automatically always be 100%, but it gives you a really good idea what's going on under the water. 9 times out of 10, what's happening on land happens underwater.
Right.
Yeah, you can tell the water depth. If it's a steep bank, odds are it's the deeper side. If it's shallow, I mean, that land doesn't change that much just because the water's there. It's going to continue on.
Right.
What's up, Danny Stone?
Hey, guys, I got to jump out of here. I got a work call.
All right.
All right, Chris.
See you, Chris.
See you, buddy.
Hey, I just wanted to show you guys I actually do work for a living. I boss those guys around.
You ain't
I was
doing
gonna
nothing
say,
standing there.
yeah, I was
Do
gonna say
what?
it's like a government job here.
You got it. I'm standing way back. It's too loud down there. Hurts my ears.
Jared O.
Hey,
Fishland
I'll get up there
Water.
close on the job site, but I'll have to mute my mic because it's going to be way loud, man. They're cutting that street right now. We've got to replace a main in there. So there's just a piece of what we do for our money around here.
There you
I
go.
stand back and watch, and I tell them that's wrong or that's right. And then, you know, after 20 something years of doing this, I don't have to do that crap.
Yeah.
I used to be the guy with the shovel. No more.
Now he's just sitting there griping.
But I will be jumping on that little excavator here a little bit and ripping that street out. That's going to be fun. I always love doing that.
Get on the little mini X.
But I'll mute it up here and let you guys see a little bit of what we do. But I'll keep, like I said, you don't want to hear it. And thank God you can't smell it.
Jared O says, I'm about putting all of your resources together to give you the best opportunity, networking being the best one. That's a great point.
Yeah.
There's a few other guys I talk to that catfish a lot on Barron. And if I have a really good day, I call them or I text them. If I have a really bad day, I text them. And, if they've done well, they don't mind letting me know where they did well at. And if I've done well, I don't mind letting them know. It's one
Right.
hand washes the other. And it's twice the eyes out there on the water covering ground. And having some friends that also fish out there can make a huge difference to your success level.
Oh yeah, we've got a small circle, guys that fish our area that we talk to on a regular basis, and some of them are very successful anglers. Some of them are even guides, and we bounce information off each other all the time, and we're all on the same page. General consensus is right now in our area, it's extremely tough fishing. There's not very many guys able to put any fish in the boat, so. At least I feel better knowing that ain't just me struggling out there.
Keeps you getting down on yourself.
Yeah, it does. Especially Thursday and the Friday, I put in 30 hours on the boat. And I didn't have a whole lot of fish to show for it. So my confidence going into Saturday was pretty low. The only place I even got any fish was at the dam. And that's why I stuck to the plan as long as I did on Saturdays, because I had been drifting 30 hours and I wasn't catching fish. And I went to the dam and fished for a few hours and caught some fish. So I stuck to that plan. Bit me in the butt. If I would have started drifting a little sooner, we would be able to catch more fish. We kept catching fish even after the live ended. So I was a little stubborn. I stuck to plan A too long.
You said something there, and I do the exact same thing. And it's because I care about it so much. I love catching fish that I'll get really down on myself whenever I've had a bad day. And Jaydog doesn't do that at all. And I wish I could, we've all watched him a ton, and you notice if it's a crappy day of fishing, he just says, hey, oh, well, it's fishing.
Yeah.
I still got to come out on the water. And, I envy that in a way because, and he said, well, why do you care so much? Which I care so much because I enjoy it. But he's right in the way that I shouldn't let it upset me sometimes the way I do. And I can even let that carry over and hurt my next fishing trip where I'm doubting my decisions. I'm not going with my gut, which sometimes can be your best bet, is just go with your gut, go with your instincts, because I'm remembering a bad trip I had the week before.
Yeah. It can get discouraging. For me, it drives me harder. I want to try harder, think harder, figure out what wasn't working, which is what happened Saturday. I put together a big plan of what wasn't working, and I found a little bit of something that was working, and I stuck to that little bit. Things happened to change. I drifted all those areas. I did not drift below the dam. I've caught fish at the dam, so that was the end. I found some fish. I was able to catch some fish, so that was the plan. And obviously, when you're fishing and things aren't working, you got to be willing to change and adapt. We was hoping they would open up the gates and would give us some water, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah. And sticking it out, like Uncle Lou tells me, he'll sit in a place for hours on end without a bite.
I can't do that.
Sometimes that's the best bet, but sometimes you got to be willing to adapt and just make the change.
Yeah.
Jody, Jody.
Good morning, Jody.
I'm sorry, but if you ain't caught nothing in 30 minutes, I don't believe you're going to.
Well, Jaydog, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that's kind of exactly how I feel, at least in my area. Active fish, if you present baits, you're either in the strike zone or you're not in the strike zone. The only time that really doesn't play an effect is if you're set up on a creek mouth or a channel ledge that you're expecting to intercept fish coming in to and fro. Outside of that, they're either active or they ain't. And sometimes you just got to bound down 100 feet, 200 feet to get into active range. But I gotta stick and move.
Yeah.
Pinch points.
It's called the Uncle Lou. We call that the Uncle Lou when you stick and move.
Yeah. I got to do the Lou.
Jaydog, tell Chad what he missed.
Nothing.
Please.
A bunch of BS going on. That's it.
Roger was talking about the So You Can Think You Can Fish tournament. Did Chad not get in that?
He didn't. He's scared.
God bless.
Wow.
He said, if I can't turn that 12-inch Garmin on, I can't go.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard. I believe it.
Jaydog said you can learn as much from a bad day of fishing as a good one, and that's true.
That's very good. That's very good comment right there. Now, Chad's got some bigger things in the works. He might have a big weekend planned. So I don't blame him one bit.
You can sometimes learn more from the bad days because you go home thinking about it. The good days, sometimes you can just take them for granted. Hey, I'm the best fisherman in the world. I picked this spot. And you don't put any real thought into it because your first thing you did worked and you don't learn that much from it. Yeah, you learned this spot might hold fish, but you don't know why they're there. But
here's the challenge, though. So, and we all do that when we go home and we didn't do very good. We question everything. But what we usually fail at is when we have a good day, questioning that as well. Why did I have a good day? What conditions? What did I do? Why was I successful today? And I think myself included at times, people forget to ask those exact same questions that you didn't do well on. Ask on the days you did do well on so that you can repeat that.
And look here, Uncle Lulu said, I tell you, you're both full of it.
Well, that's not debatable. That's facts.
Yeah,
see, even Hook said it. Stick and move. The Uncle Lou method. What we call it because he hates that.
Oh wait, sorry. You both fish very minimal current. Yeah, I mean basically zero current where I fish, and the way I've seen it here lately, the Ohio River isn't much more than a glorified lake. So
yeah, it's been pretty rough.
It'll pick up with all this rain we just got.
Oh, Brian, we did shooting shots.
Yeah, we did just get some rain, so hopefully, it all depends. Our river will go straight from 0 to blown out in 8 hours. So
yeah, Uncle Lou gets a kick out of that. I'll go down there and show it to him one day. It'll be perfect, a lake, and I'll show him the next morning. It'll be up in the trees running 300 miles an hour.
Chad said, I can't get him with the 12-inch Garmin because I suck at fishing. Just ask anyone.
Look, whatever. You're crying.
Do you know who he sounds like?
Chad knows what he's doing.
You know who he sounds like, Jaydog.
We all do.
Hey, well, I've got to hop off here. I got to get busy. So don't forget tonight, Tuesday night, we're gonna have special guests on the show tonight, man. A young man has a fantastic story. You could do a movie on this guy's story. Near death, double lung transplant, recovered and just crazy. And there's a big benefit tournament coming up for him at Sandusky Bay. So I'm going to have folks on the show tonight to talk about that and share that information and share his story. So, man, it's an inspirational story. So if you guys got time, don't forget to stop by tonight, 8 o'clock, Muskrat Adventures, chat with Creole and Muskrat. I'll see you guys there.
All right. And if somebody wants to drop the link to that into the chat so everybody can hit the reminder button. Appreciate you coming up, Roger.
Hey, man, you guys have a good one. And we'll see you guys here later on.
Yep, I thought he was talking about me there for a minute, talking about inspirational to make a movie after him. And I got excited there for a second.
Thought he was
there we go.
Jaydog said, I didn't know I was going to be on there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I had the near-death experience and everything there. I had it going there for a minute.
That's right. You're right. We could do the Jaydog saga.
He's so full of it.
Oh, I forgot I got to change my avatar. That's over with. All right, guys, I'm hopping out of here. You guys have a good one. We'll see you later tonight.
See you, man.
Thanks for coming up.
Yep, just going to be on the boat.
Anytime, fellas.
Now getting the store, so to the garage I go. Greenwell said rain up river. He's excited about it.
Oh, we just got a big storm, Greenwell, so get ready.
And Brian B dropped that link, so be sure to check that out tonight. Danny don't do. He's just sitting there filming them.
I thought he was getting on the excavator. What happened to that?
He don't even want to run the Mini X. Oh man, Danny got it made. Look at him. That's what you needed to have come out and dig up your driveway so you wouldn't be down in your back.
Ah, man, if you only knew how bad it hurts.
So, Greenwell said that makes it bumping time. Rain upriver means bumping. Dale Hayslip, how's it going? Hunting this stuff with Jay and Jay, how's it going? Appreciate you coming in. So, I think we're just about to wrap this up. I had to beg Jaydog to come up here and do this with me. He's hurting. I'm about out of stuff to ramble about. I don't want to just sit in front of everybody and look like a big dummy, not saying anything. Although I probably look like a more of a big dummy when I open my mouth. What's that old saying? It's better to be silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and prove it.
Sure.
So, Jaydog, did that fix the leak?
I don't know, Lou. It's been raining ever since I hurt my back, so I don't know if it fixed it or not because everything's soaking wet.
So, well, we appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out with me and Jaydog. We might do this again sometime. I don't know.
Remember, everybody goes to school.
Yes, somebody before we go, drop that link to Uncle Lou real quick. 30 people in here. Hit that thumbs up and go over subscribe to Uncle Lou so that he has that community tab. So when he gets these new rods in, so when he has updates on what he's got going on, he can drop a community post and it'll all pop up in our YouTube stream.
That's right.
So be sure to go over and check him out. Go ahead and sub. And Uncle Lou said, Cody, did you guys get anything figured? Man, I was so surprised yesterday evening whenever the game warden called me wanting to ask questions for the accident report. He hadn't even done the accident report yet. So who knows when Daddy will get anything figured out on that.
Oh, Danny was on the excavator.
Oh, it was Danny.
He had somebody holding the phone for him.
He makes his crew hold the phone for him.
Boy, we feel silly, don't we? Don't tell him we said that.
Oh, that's hilarious. There is the link right there. So they handle differently in Southern Ohio. Oh, here's Murillo back talking smack.
Mm-hmm. He's just mad.
Well, all right, Danny, appreciate you coming up, brother. I don't know if you can hear me. We're about
I can hear you.
You did a great job on the excavator. We've been talking about how good you've been doing.
Hey, I won the. They have a championship every year, and I've placed at least second, like 2 stands 4 years in a row.
You know, we was sitting here talking to you and didn't realize it was you on the excavator.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody will run his mouth about how you won't even get on the excavator and all kinds of stuff.
Oh no, that's easy. I'm gonna do that.
Man, I thought I was awesome. This guy gets his crew to video record him doing work.
Hey, they do whatever I say. I'm the one that signs the paychecks every 2 weeks. If they want to get paid, they'll do what. But now what they're gonna do is use a high pressure hose, because we're getting into some we're near some phone lines and stuff like that. So that's why we abandoned the excavator, and they use a high pressure water wand, and they wash it out, and that's a giant vacuum cleaner that they're working with right now. It turn it into sloppy mud, and they suck it out of there and remove it with water instead of using that blade on the machine. That way we don't damage no utilities.
How they get it out of there?
I'll mute it and go up there and show you. These guys suck.
we want to hear how you said it.
Can they hold the camera for you?
It's really freaking loud. I'm not touching that stuff. It's heavy and it's dirty. It's nasty. I ain't getting over there.
Well, I'm gonna go finish drinking free coffee the rest of my shift.
But I'm gonna mute it because it's really loud. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds of showing you how they turn this dirt into liquid and vacuum it up, and then we can get out of here.
All righty. Peter Dale, thanks for coming in. It says from Australia. Got some Aussies in the chat now.
I knew a guy named Peter Dale.
And then we got Freddie's Outdoor Adventures in the chat. How's it going, Freddie?
Freddie.
So, whoa. Murillo, I feel like a superstar now. I got Michael Murillo.
You had Jaydog all day, man.
The world famous.
Don't say that. You're going to disrespect Jaydog like that?
Jaydog.
You won't have it. You're going to be an ex-BFF here real quick.
Real quick. I'm talking like quick as a hiccup.
Yep, like a minute ago. Quick.
Yeah. Like he still thinks he's BFF.
What, Jaydog, I got the boot already?
Wait, what?
Peter Dale, it is
Come on, Danny, jump in there.
It's 10:09 a.m. here this morning, Central Standard Time in Kentucky. 10 in the morning.
Okay, that's about as exciting as it gets with what I do. So I'm going to hop down here. We're going to go ahead and get this line dug up and repair this main. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, right, Cody?
Tomorrow morning, I have an MRI on my back at 8 a.m.
We'll watch that.
Phone in there with you.
Hey, take the camera in there with you. I want to see if it works inside of the MRI.
All right,
Hey,
I'll hold it there.
Danny.
Yeah.
Turn the camera towards you and scream, "That's what I do."
That's what I do.
That was for you, Hooks.
It's what I do for a living, y'all.
You notice Danny said we're going to finish it up. He means they're going to finish it up.
I ain't doing jack crap.
That's what we mean. Yep.
Hey, guys, you put your time in, you work hard on a job, and you do better than everybody else, and you get to be the guy that stands back and tells everybody else what to do. It's all about the effort you put into it. When you start a new job, be better than everybody else, and you'll be the boss in no time.
I was going to say something about how many times he bumped his head on the desk getting up, but
yeah.
Anyway.
You know, most guys nowadays, I mean, these young guys here, they're pretty good crew. They're not bad. But most young people today, no offense, but a lot of them just haven't been exposed to really hard work. And a lot of them come into a job with the mentality that I'm going to do as little as I possibly can to get my paycheck. And if you ever want to move up, that is the absolute wrong attitude to have. Do everything you can and a little bit more, and in no time at all, you'll be the boss.
Just like Danny.
Just like Danny.
And Murillo. You notice Murillo, he's sitting at a cushy desk right now.
Because we worked hard when we were younger. And now we can sit at a desk all crippled up and hurting.
Got my own
younger. Look at Murillo. He ain't but 28, 29.
No, he's actually only 19. He looks 30.
I think I'm older than you, Jaydog.
I'm 43.
45.
Murillo's you're 45?
You could start calling me sir now.
Sir Murillo, I apologize.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I've never told anybody until now to call me sir.
I've always said Murillo looks pretty good for almost a 50-year-old man.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it a little bit, when Lauren kicks me and runs away, I can't catch her.
You can't catch her anymore.
But hey, I've been boss for long enough,
Yeah.
It was just a matter of time before I created my replacement.
Well, these guys are all fighting over who's gonna get my office, because as of right now, I'm scheduled to retire on December 21st of 2025. So 4 days before Christmas will be my last day on the job.
Sounds good.
Oh, absolutely. My wife has other plans. She said I need to go to 65 instead of 60 to retire. But we'll see. That's another argument for 3 years down the road.
Remind them, too, how many years you've been farting in that chair, because they may not want it.
Exactly, because here's the thing. Out here, the only person you got to worry about yelling at you is me. I've got the mayor, city council, board members. You got to deal with all those people when you're sitting in that chair. All they got to worry about is me screaming at them.
Well, we got a mayor around here, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some councils around here, too. We'll still yell at you, Danny. We'll keep you
right.
Yeah.
We'll keep you straight.
Well, guys, I just want to give you a quick peek so you can see what we do out here. And we don't just fish, although if I had my choice, that's what I would do for a living. But you know what? I'm not Has, so I got to keep working.
Danny's new show coming 2025, Zebra Cakes and Channel Cats from the Bank.
Oh, man. That's the dream, brother. That's the dream.
He's going to be
I'm going to hop down. You guys have a great day. And most importantly, no matter what you're doing, be safe, because I'm getting tired of coming on here and getting bad news about people getting hurt, Cody. And, it's not what I want to watch when I'm on here, is hear bad stuff. I want to hear good stuff all the time. So you guys, please, no matter what you're doing, be careful and be safe, okay?
So what you just said is you're tired of watching shows that's nothing but bad stuff.
Well, I don't like hearing my friends get hurt, man. It just kind of puts a damper on the whole show,
It does.
But we're all about happy and fishing and all that good stuff, and that's what we try to keep it at. But we can't help getting hurt. We don't want to know when you're hurt. We just rather you not do that, Cody.
For being
hey, Cody, from now on, look both ways before crossing the river. All right, guys, I'm going to hop down. Have a great day, okay? All right, bye, guys.
See ya.
I'm going to go too before someone comes in here and says, hey, I can't get this to work. Can you fix it? Because that's really what I do here. I drink coffee and I fix stuff.
Hey, appreciate you coming up, hanging out, Murillo. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you to everybody else that came in the chat and hung out. Be sure to click that Uncle Lou link. Me and Jaydog will do this again another day. We'll see how it goes. And that's it. As we always say, it's God, family, and the great outdoors. God bless and see you later.